Welcome to Back of the Room. My name is Jimmy Day, host of Back of the Room. And we're just hanging out here in the back of the room, doing a podcast. Another solo EP, short for episode. And we'll see what happens, folks. You know, hanging out, putting these out for, you know, a few people at best. Not a lot. It's a lot of work doing a podcast, and, you know, I try to put it out there. I'm not good at social media or TikTok or whatever. Or, yeah, it's a crapshoot. I try to post a clip every now and then that I was like, oh, that clip was pretty funny, you know. That guest said something humorous. So, you know, if you see a clip and you like it, share it or whatever you got to do. I don't know what you got to do. Call the algorithm and be like, hey, Al, how about you give my boy Jim a break, you know? He's in the back of the room, and he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He tries to interview comedians. He tries to do podcasts on his own. It's not going that great. But if you give him a little more exposure, maybe it could go a little better. Just a touch better. Is that how the algorithm works? I don't know. Is the algorithm's name Algorithm? Probably not. But after AI takes over, it probably will be. Like, oh, fucking algorithm is busting my balls. Saying I got to post another clip of this podcast that nobody's watching. And then that's a whole other can of worms. We don't have to go there right off the bat. It's fine. How you guys doing? I'm doing mid to sub-mid at best. Just did an open mic set. Didn't go well. Hasn't gone well for most of the comedians tonight. And you can't always blame the crowd. It's a fine crowd. But even if it's not going well, maybe if you're a comedian that's only been doing comedy for, you know, like 1 to 2 years, don't be like, oh my God, I can't believe how small this crowd is. Don't do that, because these people are here. They're listening to your bullshit. Do you expect it to be a fucking sold out show for a fucking open mic on a Tuesday night? Maybe just shut the fuck up and then do your bullshit jokes. And then if it doesn't go well, then it's your fault. Or maybe if you do crowd work all the time and you don't really have any jokes, don't do that for 3 out of the 4 minutes. Because that's no good at an open mic that's not also going well. My set didn't go well. I fucking ate shit, and it's fine. I was trying to let a new shit out. What are you gonna do? You gotta bomb sometimes to figure out what's gonna work. It's the craft of comedy. I'm not telling you what to do. Maybe you try your crowd work. Maybe you shit on the crowd. But if there's fucking 20 people there, just do your shit and then get the fuck off stage after 4 minutes. Just a Jimmy tip from Jimmy Day, host of Back of the Room podcast. I don't know, folks. I don't like blaming the crowd, and I'm not blaming the crowd. Just giving a few tips out there. If you're in a comedy show and you're in the audience, maybe don't talk to your fat, stupid friend that's like, and then you know that's no good either. You shouldn't probably always talk in a comedy show. And if you're at a bad comedy show, I understand why you want to talk. But it doesn't help us out at all. You know. Just, some nights are good. Some could be better. Come back to the open mic next Tuesday, folks. That's gonna be a banger. And it probably will be. Some open mics are good, some are bad. Some are mediocre or mid-level. It's comedy, baby. I don't fucking know. Have no idea what I'm talking about, and you probably shouldn't listen to me, but that's what I do. I come back here. I talk some shit. I hang out for a bit after bombing for 4 minutes, and, that's what a podcast is. Or is it? I mean, most podcasts aren't that, but this one is because it's called Back of the Room. In the back of the world-famous Funny Bone. Hanging out, seeing what happens, talking comedy, talking it all, talking it up, talking it down. Not a big talker. Trying my best. Some people have the gift of gab. I do not. Which isn't always what you want in a podcast host, but sometimes maybe it is. Maybe sometimes you want a podcast host that's just like, yeah, I mean, how's your day going? Is everything all right? I know you told me about your boss. That guy sounds like a total dickweed. Jeez. And then your uncle is kind of sick. That sucks. I mean, I had an uncle that got sick one time too, and it's tough. So just try to hang in there. I'm trying to. This podcast host is trying to sympathize with the audience instead of just blathering on. Is blathering a word? Probably not. But blathering on about who God knows what. And I gotta blather a little bit, folks, because there's nobody here. I don't have a guest. Next episode, there may be a guest. Probably have a guest. And I'll be like, hey, how's it going? And they'll be like, pretty good. Or maybe they'll say it's not going good. You don't know. That's putting you on the seat. The seat of your pants or the edge of your seat. Seat of your pants on the edge of your seat. Just saying. You'll be like this. Whoops. Edge of the seat. Like those old movie. Those old movie commercials back in the day. You can buy the whole seat, but you're only gonna need the edge. What a great line. You know what else is a great line for radio? I think KC used this one. Great rock FM radio station. Put it on, KC, and break off the knob. Meaning you only have to leave it on KC. You can break that knob right off because you're not going to want to listen to anything besides KC. Great. Classic rock. KC 95. I don't know, folks. What's been going on? Let's get into it. Let's start the talk train. What? All right. A couple weeks ago, I went to the Battlehawks game. Yeah, go Hawks. Pretty good time. Pretty good time. I went the first year when it first came to town, the XFL with Mr. Jack Shirk. Got an invite from former guest of Back of the Room, Jake Beckman. You guys have listened to the podcast before. If you have, he takes a few strays. He takes a few direct hits as well that he deserves. But this time, he kind of killed it. I got an invite because his hashtag wife was tired from traveling. And he's like, well, I think my wife's going to be tired of traveling, so would you like to go to the Battlehawks game on Friday? It's like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, I will. So, we go to the Battlehawks game. Before, though, a little preamble, a little preface to the story. I show up at Jake's house, and he has a clear backpack full of what looks like various shit, like maybe a hoodie or I don't know what the fuck else he had in there, an iPad. He had just some random shit in a clear backpack. I'm like, all right, he's bringing a backpack. And he's like, oh no, I got this loaded up with beers. I got 6 beers. I should have got you some beers. I'm like, what? You're going to bring beers into the Battlehawks game? And he's like, oh, yeah, I just do it every time. We'll stop at a gas station and get you a 6er. I was like, okay. Well, this sounds like it's not going to work at all. But we did stop at a QT. I got a 6-pack of Busch Light Pounders. 16-ounces, if you don't know the lingo of pounders. And we put those in the clear backpack as well, kind of wrapped up in a rain jacket-looking coat kind of deal. And, we drink one on the way there. We park at Ballpark Village. It costs $40, which is fine. I give him the $40 to park because he gave me a free ticket. Don't mind that at all. Sipping on a beer on the way to the Dome. Taking a Dome, putting a Busch Light to the Dome. I kind of messed that up. It's fine. And then we get there, finish our beers, and go, to the front. It's a large stadium. Get up there, and he's like, yeah, we'll walk in there, and I'll kind of check it out and see which line we're going to go in. Which was shady as fuck, and I was like, okay, well, I guess that's fine. I'm already with you, so I can't back out now. And mind you, he has, 10, 16-ounce beers now in the clear backpack, wrapped up in the coat. And he got through there. He wouldn't ever got through the Cardinals or Blues game. But he made it through the Battlehawks, and it's a little scary that he made it, but it really worked out in our advantage. You kind of go through there, you hold up your items over your head, and you walk through the thing, and they're just like, whatever. I mean, you did that, so we get to our seats, and then we just have a bunch of beers. Pretty nice. I bought a hot dog. I had some nachos. I had whatever they had to offer. I was pretty hungry. Burp. And pretty pricey on the food, but it saved us who the fuck knows how much money. Probably $100 or more by having those beers in that backpack. And sure, one of them exploded because Jake got, too excited and he jostled around while we were going up the escalator. But that's just collateral damage, Pretty nice. And surprisingly, They didn't get that hot. They weren't ice cold. He could have put a couple of ice packs back there, which would have been nice. But what are you going to do? Beggars can't be choosers. So we had some pounders throughout the game. First quarter was garbage. Battlehawks looked like shit. There was a bunch of penalties throughout the whole game, and they just didn't play well. Poor defense, poor offense. It's football on a level where it's not that great. And they dropped the X. Now it's like the UFL or whatever the fuck it is. I don't even know what it is. Which was such a dumb fucking move. Because how dope is the XFL? So much doper than the UFCL we merged with the Canadian Football League that nobody gave a fuck about. And The Rock is probably barely involved now. And there's no X in the name because it's not extreme. You guys fucked up. You know who else fucked up? HBO. Oh, let's call it Max. How about we don't? How about you call it HBO? Just HBO. I was okay with HBO Max, but look, we'll call it Max. Go fuck yourself. I don't know, folks. So we're watching the UF what the fuck ever XF, not former XFL game. And they look like shit. You know, we got a new mascot, which I didn't hate. But they didn't score in the first quarter. Looking like shit. And, you know, it was a little disappointing. But we had good seats. We were right next to the announcer's booth. There was this dude wearing these goggles. And he had like a RC controller in his hands. We figured out that was the drone guy. He was just like, zipping around a drone the whole time. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Drone got a little too close to a few players, which I was kind of worried about, but I guess this guy knows what he's doing. Couldn't see it on replay, but you could see it on TV, I'm guessing. But it was good. And then Jake Beckman's brother was there, and he was down on the 50-yard line in the lower bowl on the other side. So we went over there and drank some beers and said what's up to his brother. And then the Battlehawks won the game. I should be a goddamn Stephen A. Smith announcer. Like, yeah, it's not that exciting, but here's what happened. Battlehawks sucked in the first quarter, scored 9 points in the second quarter, and then 7 points in the third quarter, and then hung on for the win in the fourth quarter. I'm Stephen A. Smith. That's not a great impression, but fuck that guy. He sucks, and he makes like $20 million a year. By the way, all he does is just wait for whoever the fuck is in the building to say their thing, and then say the opposite. How fucking hard is that? Oh, you think the Celtics are the best team in the NBA? Well, I think you should suck my dick. How about that? That's not that hard. You know, you could take the opposite of everything you do, but you're just kind of a asshole dickweed. Stephen A. Smith calling you out. Go fuck yourself. So, shout out to the Battlehawks. They're doing pretty well. I think they're leading the division. If whatever the division is of the 6 to 8 teams that are in the not XFL, I'm going to call Dwayne "The Rock" Jackson right now and be like, hey, put it back to the XFL. He might do it. He might not. But, that's what's going on. It was Mother's Day. Shout out to my mom. I love you, and you're the best. We went to I don't know how the rankings of cousins work, but my dad's cousin house. Third? Second to fourth cousin's house in Bowling Green, Missouri. It was pretty dope. We got a nice setup there. Had some chicken, had some dessert, had some mac and cheese. 2 types of mac and cheese. Pretty cool. And Molly's mom was in town. Showed her all the, country. Not too bad. Ate a lot of food, which you can tell. I'm fat as fuck right now. And unfortunately, at my fattest, which is a ranking that I keep, I hit a number, which I will not disclose because I'm a lady, but hit it last night. Because if you're not a fat fuck, if you weigh at night, it's more than if you weigh in the morning. Because somehow you burn calories while you sleep or whatever, and you're not, actively eating gas station garbage food all the time. It's like last night, tied for the worst. This morning, 2 pounds less. And right now, I'm probably getting back to that shittiest ever. So I got to take it down. Got to start working out. I got to start doing something. I don't fucking know. I'm going to start working out. I've set up that workout equipment. But I eat like shit, which I've talked about before. But happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. You're a mom and you're not all MILFs, but some of you are, which is something. And I don't know what the cutoff is, and I don't want to make anybody feel bad. And I'm sure everyone out there is a MILF to someone. I mean, maybe the guy that thinks you're a MILF doesn't have a tooth in his head or $1 in his bank account, but, beggars can't be choosers. Is he homeless? Is he disease-ridden? Yeah, he is, but he thinks you're a MILF, so just take it for what it's worth. Shout out to all the MILFs out there, and good luck with everything else, but I don't know how I went down that road. That wasn't great. Probably get off of that subject real fast. But, it's springtime. And if you're in Missouri, that means it's raining. It's a rainy fucking 2 to 3 months. And it sucks. We're going to have about 4 days coming up that are going to be beautiful. And then, these 4 days, by the way, it'll be like 68 to 73 for 3 days. Sunny, beautiful. And then the next day, it's going to be 97 degrees with 156 degree humidity. That's just what we got here, folks. We got like 6 days total that are pretty nice. We get 3 days in the spring, 3 days in the fall, and everything else is terrible. But what are you going to do? You can't control the weather. Or can you? We're going to take a break, folks. We talked about a lot and a little at the same time. Mostly a little. I'll be back. Or I won't. Very soon. With more Back of the Room podcast. Right on cue.
I'm Rob Lowe, and this is The Floor, a 10 by 10 battlefield where players are armed with their own category of expertise.
My category is disco.
Star Wars. Candle sound.
My category is domestic light beers.
Here, neighbor challenges neighbor.
Wrestlers, I can tell he knows his thing.
That's right, brother. In timed trivia duels.
Wednesday.
Easy.
Kale. Pass.
What's up, Rob? I literally loved you in Tommy Boy.
Madeline made her mark. Rock roll.
That territory is mine.
Good luck, but you're going down, bitch. Yeah, I have a strategy. I definitely picked the lady to my right for a reason.
I know, it's what a battle, Logan. Let's light up your floor. You are in the lead for 20K.
It looks like a dick. You see what I did? I picked the box to my right so it would look like a wiener. That's hilarious. So, did I win or what? Checkeroni and cheese. And we're back. Sitting here in the back of the room. I kind of got to pee, but what are you going to do, folks? I think I've talked about it multiple times, but if I had 5 wishes, one of them would be to never pee or shit again. Such a time saver. You don't have to worry about things. You can go to Mardi Gras and be like, oh no, there's not enough bathrooms. You don't need a bathroom because you don't have to take a piss or shit. We got off topic right off the bat. I don't know, folks. Hanging out in the back of the room, talking comedy. People are still eating shit over there, I could tell, in the actual room at the open mic. It's what it's all about. Yeah, that's what it's all about. You get that? You don't. It's fine. I don't know, folks. Would you like some Jimmy tips? Remember that from 3 to 5 to 9 episodes ago? Shout out again to Anthony DeVito. Hell of a guest. I wish he was here again. That gray moppa hair. Just hell of a guest. But Jimmy tips, we're back with them. Got a couple for you. Not sure if they're good, not sure if they're bad, but they're not that terrible. God, I'm a fat fuck. Not for long, though, folks, because I'm going to be ripped in 3 to 9 to 12 years. Okay. Jimmy tips. That's not a good song. Jimmy tips. Little better. Still not great. If you know how to play an instrument and make a jingle, feel free, because that's what I got. Jimmy tips, folks. You know, a lot of times you go to a large establishment. Say it's a Walmart. Say it's a Home Depot. You park. You're walking through the parking lot. Like, oh my God. The parking spot's not very good, but that's where I'm going to park. That guy parked like a fucking dickhead. And then you look down and you're like, oh, look at that. There's like a fucking nail there. Why would there be a nail in the middle of a parking lot? I don't know if anybody else does this. If I see a nail or a screw or a sharp object in a parking lot, I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to pick it right up, and I'm going to carry it the 200 to 300 feet to the inside of the building, and I'm just going to put it in the trash can. Am I a hero? Yes. Yes, I am. I've just saved somebody money from repairing or replacing a tire on their car. Do other people do this? I would like to know. I'm just saying, if you see a fucking nail or a screw or a tire puncturing object, pick it up. Because somebody is going to run over that shit, and they're going to be on the side of the fucking road with a flat tire. And you could have saved it. You could have saved that from happening. But you didn't. Because you don't want to bend your fat ass over and pick it up and throw it in the trash can on your way to Home Depot. Is that how you want to live your life, folks? I don't think so. Pick that shit up. I'm a car guy myself, so maybe I'm thinking about it in a very binoculars kind of way. Not binoculars, but like a narrow focus. But nobody wants a flat tire. Nobody wants a metal object in their rubber tire. So knock it off, you fucking dickweeds. I used to work at a tire shop. Every day there'd be somebody coming in with a nail in their tire. They'd be like, oh, fuck. My tire's flat. Like, well, I can help you out. And they never knew what it was. I'm like, hey, you got a nail in your tire right there. And like, oh, shit. Must have been in Home Depot or Walmart, because where else would it have come from? I don't know. Somebody should have picked that up. They didn't say that, but it's fine. Just saying, try to help somebody out in that kind of way. It's future saving them from buying a tire and or getting a tire repair. The repair is never as good as the actual tire itself, so... And then you have some bullshit tire companies who are like, oh, well, we can't repair that. But they actually can. And that's a whole nother different thing. But just fucking pick up the nails and screws from parking lots or construction sites or whatever you see. So people don't run over that shit in their cars. I've never heard of it actually happening, but what if you were just walking alone? Alone? Yeah, you were walking alone and along. You're walking along alone and you stepped on a nail, threw your shoe into your foot. Oh, fuck. Ow. I mean, I'm not worried about repairing these shoes, but I know I got a fucking nail in my foot. I'm going to be limping for a month. And somebody could have picked that up. They saw it. They just were too lazy to pick it up. I stepped on a nail one time in 6th grade. And I fucking limped for upwards of a month. It sucked. Thank God it wasn't during basketball season, because that would have been terrible for the entire Winfield 6th grade class, because I'm not shooting baseline jump shots and winning fucking games with Jake Palmer and James Cavanaugh. Shout out. Also, shout out Jerry Gifford. Good coach. Great coach. K-State offense. You can't fucking beat it. But I'm getting off on a tangent here, folks. Just try to help somebody out. Fucking pick up a screw. Pick up a nail. You're probably not going to be on a major highway, but, like, if you are, and there's some bullshit in the roadway, put it to the side. MoDOT is fucking up. There's always shit on the road and on the side. Pick all that shit up and get it out of there. I don't know, folks. Had to wrap things up soon, I'm sure. I got a new segment that don't know if it makes sense. Maybe it does. Maybe it does not. I'm not saying I'm a smart man. Never claimed to be a smart man. I know I'm not that smart of a man. I've got a degree, I guess, and it's whatever. It's whatever. Went to college, passed a couple tests, but I'm no expert. I'm no Einstein. Shout out to Tech 9. I'm just saying, I'm just a guy. This segment is called Dumbasses. Like I said, I'm no expert on not being a dumbass. I'm not the smartest man alive, but I do see some fucking dumbasses. The other day, I'm driving through this subdivision for work. I see this man holding a sprinkler in his hand to water his grass. And you know the one. It's the longer one with the holes in. I don't know what you call them. A sweeping one of these deals. You know, one of these style sprinklers. It's got a lot of holes in it, and you just set it out there, and it gently waters your lawn like it's rain, and then you can move it over a little bit and it'll keep watering your lawn like this. And this dumbass was holding the end of the fucking hose and just spraying it into the ground while the sprinkler did one of these. So fuck that guy. You know, that's classic dumbass. Holding a waving sprinkler in his hand and not really accomplish anything. I was close. Pretty close to being like, hey, dumbass. Just set it down for a bit, and it'll do all that work for you. You're not doing a good job by just holding it and going like this on your lawn. It's a sprinkler. It fucking waters your lawn for you. Guy's a dumbass. Dumbass number 2. Saw this dude riding a motorcycle on Highway 70, and he just had his legs out to the side, and his shoes were touching the pavement. So, just kind of scooting his rubber soles along the pavement at 70 miles an hour. Which I gotta believe is gonna wear him out in a matter of minutes. Obviously wasn't a sneakerhead. Those guys don't even want the ground to touch the bottom of their shoes. This motherfucker is jamming them into hard concrete and or asphalt pavement at 70 miles an hour. You're a dumbass. Keep your feet on the pegs and go fuck yourself. Like, you're zipping around. Oh, I'm on a motorcycle and I'm also going to ruin my shoes? What? Do you hate your shoes? I don't get it. You're a dumbass. So, this isn't the best segment, but there's some dumbasses out there, folks. I could be a dumbass. You could be a dumbass. Everyone could be a dumbass. Try not to be a dumbass and see what happens. But we're going to wrap things up here. Really appreciate you. Back of the room. Follow, like, share. Put, like, back of the room on a loose leaf sheet of paper. Fold it into a paper airplane and just throw it. And then maybe somebody would, like, open it up and be like, oh, what is this, is this like a podcast? Okay, well, I mean, I guess I'll check it out. I mean, somebody thought that they should write it on a piece of loose leaf paper and then fold it into an actual plane and then throw it my direction. I'm going to check it out. So I'd like to see a lot of, paper airplanes with back of the room on them. If you have any hookups for a billboard, I'm not going to pay for that, but if you have a billboard that has like call 1-800-BILLBOARD-JOHNSON for this advertisement, take that off of there and just put Back of the Room Podcast on there. In the interim, until somebody pays. You know what I mean? I'm just spitballing here, folks. But I love you. All right. I hope you have a great day, night, midday, early morning, brunch kind of hour, 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 5:60. No, that doesn't make sense. 5:60 would be 6 p.m. Whatever time and or date you're listening and or watching to this, I appreciate it. I hope you're having a great time or life. And, we're I don't know. We're going to have a guest next time. It's all good, folks. Thanks for listening and or watching Back of the Room.